Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. I still hate my singing, but that's only me. But now the jingle up has begun. What's up, everybody? I'm Luke from the Master Sword Valley, and welcome back to Doki Doki Blue Skies. Now, last time was the big Halloween party, and something seems to be going wrong with Sayori. As like last time, we tried to go get her, but she seemed like she was having like her own nightmare. So, we'll see what's gonna happen now. Brrr! It's gotten so cold. October was so warm. Why couldn't it stay that way? Like, October's warm? It normally gets colder. We are in November now, you know. But last year's November was so mild. Blah, so unfair. Other places get really cool winter things like penguins, reindeers, even Frosty the Snowman. Sayori, you know that Frosty the Snowman wasn't real, right? Of course, silly. But what if you make an actual snowman and name him Frosty? Pretty sure that doesn't count. She waves my comment away, an indigent huff of air visible from her mouth. I just want it to be snow. Seeing the gentle snowfall at night when you tucked up cozy inside with some hot chocolate, it's so peaceful, all the untouched snow, and when it's quiet. You should probably spend Christmas with Yuri this year, you know? Sounds like you two share the same thoughts. Oh, well, it's obviously fun to have snowball fights, build snowmen, make star angels, and missing a day of school or two off. School. Yes, because I'm technically now on winter break now. I guess since joining the literature club, I've started to appreciate nature a bit more. Although I still love summer. That much hasn't changed then. Oh no! What? She's fiddling around in her pockets, desperately looking for something. I left my gloves at home, and my hands just get cold so easily. Having cold fingers is the worst. Well, or having wet socks on. Blow on them, Sayori. Huh? Blow on your... No, actually, that makes things worse. Yes, it'll warm them up, trust me. She takes my advice by judging on the look of her face, the futile effort. It helps a little bit, but they're still so cold. I just wish I had something proper to warm them up for me. As she stands there pouting, an idea forms in my head, one that'll benefit both of us. Give me your hands. Doing my best to ignore my beating heart, I take my hands in my own and start rubbing on them. Huh? What are you doing? Roll my eyes, hoping she attributes my sudden stuttering to the cold and not the sudden nervousness this new situation brings. What does it look like I'm doing? It's a slow process, but slowly I can feel her hands warming up. Given how hot my whole body feels, it's no surprise. I'm expecting there to be steam radiating off my fingers by this point. But as the silence in the air feels heavy, almost as if it were laced with some kind of tension. I'd be lying if I say I didn't enjoy it, but the unfamiliarity of the sudden intimacy makes me feel a little uncomfortable. There, they should be much warmer now. I move to pull my hands away, but Sayori's grip doesn't loosen like I expected to. Would you mind holding on just a little bit longer? It's really sweet what you've done for me. I get too cold super quickly though. Sure. Although we have to get a move on, otherwise we'd be late. That's okay. So we make our way to school just like any other day where we walk together. Except for one major difference. We're holding hands. I mean, friends can hold hands, right? It's not necessarily romantic or anything, but it feels so good. Keep that off. Keep that out of the text, just like it belonged. Sayori's fingers are absent-mindedly stroking the back of my hand, and I have to fight the urge to return the favor. Nah, to hell with it. Her hands feel so warm and soft against mine, so there's no way I'm letting this opportunity pass up. She laughs softly as my fingers trace a gentle circle around the back of her hand. She breaks the silence, but only slightly, as her voice is barely audible over the howling wind of my own hammering chest. You're pretty quiet, Alex. Sorry. It's okay. You don't have to say sorry. This has been really nice, hasn't it? It has. My mind is screaming for me to say more, to say something romantic and cheesy. I feel so content and warm, and most importantly, safe. With the girl I grew up with, the girl I've shared so many happy memories with, the girl who provides a bundle of sunshine in my life. My hands feel really nice. Yours really... Don't mess this up, Alex. Ditto. I wouldn't mind warming up your hands again. You know, if they ever get cold. This was the lamest response I could have given her. Sayori thinks otherwise, though, as she bursts into laughter. Well, it was saved at least. I feel my cheeks flare up again, this time out of embarrassment. Hey! Sorry, Alex, sorry. You're just so, adorable. Yeah, well, so are you. The line is out of my mouth before my brain has a chance to even process it. This time it's Sayori's turn to grow flustered. An endearing crimson flush appears on her cheek as she looks away embarrassed. Hold on. More thumbnail moments. You can be really cute sometimes, you know that? This is deep into uncharted territory. I really passed some kind of line. The line that you adhere to when you're just friends with someone. One sec. Although, do I really care? Whoa! She flails, fluttering, demonstrating my point. Wait, are those... Sayori! What's that in your pocket? Are those gloves? She freezes, looking at a deer caught in a headlight. Huh? No, of course not. Ooh, look at the time we've grown to be late. See you at lunchtime. She zooms off with the velocity of a bullet. Okay. I stand there. I'm left staring in awe. That girl's so damn sneaky. Then again, it's not like I didn't benefit from her little plan, is it? She'll be the death of me. Maybe. With high spirits, I fall out to Sayori rapidly disappearing profile. Okay. Oh, hello. And that was the state of war by the summer of 1917. As he outlines the activity we will be doing next, my ears pick up as he mentions we'll be doing it in pairs. By the way, turn to page 394. That chapter should be the most relevant to this task. I don't know why. I'm just picturing in my head the scene from Harry Potter. I think it's like book or movie 1 or 2 or something, where Snape is all like turned to a certain page and Ron just like does it one by one. So he gets impatient and just turn the page, and it goes straight to that page. That's what comes to my mind when I hear this. I don't know why. Now, if you don't mind me, I'll be marking all of the homework I should have gotten back to you last week. As per usual, his light self-depreciating style earns a smattering of laughter from the class. Okay. Emmy and I have been working diligently, making steady progress. It's about break time, I reckon. I've been meaning to ask, how's the track stuff coming along? This season has been great, although things aren't as many sessions going on this month. I mean, there's still some, but people have always chickened out when it gets cold. No dedication. I hate seeing people give up on stuff. You and your running, huh? I gotta give you credit for that, though. I wish I had the drive for exercise. Oh, I don't think it's a lack of drive that stops you from exercising, Alex. There's a mischievous look in her eye. You're distracted. I catch Sakurai looking at us. Hastily, I turn back to my textbook and scribble something in a lazy effort to look like I'm doing some work. Once his back is turned, my full attention goes back to Emmy. Distracted? But by what? By who is what you should be asking. That very knowing smile is making me feel a little uncomfortable. Come on, Emmy, enough with the riddles. Ha ha ha. Sayori, Alex. Hey, Alex, I see you two having lunchtime together all the time. Don't you walk her home as well? I didn't know they teach you how to stalk people in the track club, Emmy. So you do walk her home then. So you do stalk me, huh? So, do you like her? Hey, I promise I won't tell anyone. And come on, the amount of times I let you copy my homework, I grumble under my breath. I had a feeling you'd use that to get a favor out of me. Use it against you? Alex! Of course not. It's just my way of reminding you that you can trust me. Well, actually, no, I guess I am being a little pushy, aren't I? Sorry, I shouldn't have. It's all good. It's not that I don't want to tell you, it's just, I don't know, it's really confusing. I guess to put it simply, yeah, I do like her. I knew it. That's so cute, though. How long have you liked her? I nervously scratched the back of my neck. Well, we've always been childhood friends, but over the past few years, we started drifting apart. I joined her literature club last month, and well, since then, I've just really enjoyed being around her. I guess I never realized what my feelings were. We've been spending more time together recently, and I sigh dreamily. You're noticing all the little quirks about her, aren't you? Aww. Yeah, things like how blue her eyes are, how warm and soft her hands feel, and how cute she looks when she's concentrating. She's always been really good at making me feel at ease. Whenever she's around, I just really feel, I don't know, just happy? Oh God, all that mushy stuff must sound super embarrassing. Sorry, I know this must sound really cringy. It doesn't. It's fine. I know the feeling myself. Oh, that guy you started dating a couple months ago? The new guy, right? That's the one. So, what's it like for you? What little things did you start to notice about him? I guess I realized how much he really thinks with his heart. He's a little dense, but I really came to appreciate how patient he can be. That's enough about me. Sounds like exactly the same thing going on here. When are you going to tell Sayori? Well, that's the thing. Alex, Emmy, everything going well? Oops, looks like I was getting so into the conversation that I totally forgot we were in a classroom. Thankfully, we made enough progress for Sakurai not to chide us. He studies our notes, doing well so far, although I'd add a little more detail on how the United States entered, on how that clashed against their policy of isolationism. Whatever that said. After all, it was a turning point in the war from both a military and a foreign policy perspective. Noted, sir. And as he meanders off, Emmy wastes no time jumping back into the conversation. You are gonna tell her, right? I don't know. Part of me wants to, but I'm super nervous. What if she doesn't feel the same way? She dismisses my concern with a frown and shakes her head. Look, I can tell that she likes you. How can you possibly... Female intuition. That's creepy. First, motherly intuition, now female intuition. No fair. Women get all the psychic powers. Trust me, she spends so much time with you, and my gut feeling has never been more wrong before. She winks at me. Strangely enough, it fills me with a little bit of confidence. Oh, okay then. I swallow. I guess I'll tell her. I just don't know how to do it. Look, it's easy. All you have to do is be honest with her. Tell her what you told me, that you really like spending time with her and that you want her to be your girlfriend. Easy. She leans back triumphantly. Pfft, easy for you to say. Yeah, for real. Oh? And never confess over text or online? Has to be done in person. Well, it's Thursday today, so you gotta tell her tomorrow. Trust me, you don't want the anticipation hanging over you during the weekend. But that's so soon. Think of it this way. The sooner you tell her, the sooner you can start dating. I won't lie, that's a pretty appealing prospect. Tomorrow it is. And let me know how it goes. Okay, we'll see. Managed to find your gloves this time, eh? Oh, it's already the next day? She flails around nervously. Yeah, I guess. I didn't know they were in my pocket the whole time before. As she pulls them on, I hit by a bang of disappointment. I was hoping I'd get to keep her warm and hold her hands again. Hang on, Sayori. My scarf has come loose. You're so silly, Alex. Didn't your mom teach you how to properly tie a scarf? Yeah, I just never got around to actually putting it into practice. Let me help you. She stands in front of me, completely undoing the scarf and placing it around my neck. Whoa! That's a little too close. Just do that real quick. From this distance, not only can I see her breath forming a misty cloud in front of me, but I can even feel it on my face. As she works, she brushes against my neck and collar. I have to force myself not to burrow into her touch. There! She jumps back. With the final loop, the scarf now sits snugly, providing the warmth it should. Even after she's finished, her hands linger on my neck. Despite the fabric of her gloves, I can still feel their cold. Thank you, Sayori. Much better. You're welcome. Aww. Why are they both so cute? Sakurai told us that during a war, a bunch of miners and bombs set off an explosion so loud it was heard in London, all the way from France, over 140 miles away. That must have been one big explosion. Do you think the miners did the whole cool guys don't look at explosions thing? Maybe that's where the movie directors got the idea from. I'll ask Sakurai tomorrow. Knowing him, I'll probably just get a sarcastic answer though. I'll tell you an interesting math fact, but math isn't interesting. Oh yeah, I'm definitely with you there. Seriously, you can't write a poem with numbers or a story. I don't think I've ever seen my parents using the quadratic formula or worked out in the area of a triangle in real life. No, I haven't. I definitely haven't, as I'm definitely no any engineer or anything. And my teachers tell me that math is a lifelong skill. Really? I find it pretty useful. You know, in counting at the amount of times you complain about something. Hey! You said you agreed with me. Kidding. Anyway, I'll catch you tomorrow, Sayori. Have a good one. Bye. Aw. Oh, so that was all one day. Man, what a long day today has been. I feel like I learned more from Emmy than I did Sakurai. I guess tomorrow's the day I finally asked Sayori, huh? So, I thought it was... That part with Sayori was that it was Friday and we missed our chance. Being totally honest, I'm kind of terrified now. But then again, how much longer do I want this anticipation to loom over me? Not a lot. Besides, Emmy is confident Sayori likes me, so it should go smoothly, right? Emphasis on should. After all, she does spend a lot of time with me. And the trick with her gloves this morning, I just hope I'm not misread at all of the signs, or else tomorrow is going to be super awkward. It's blackness. Let me save. What's this? Oh, another flashback. What's up, Alex? You're looking really glum. It's nothing, Sayori. Hey, I know something's bothering you. Huh? You can talk to me. It'll be okay. I didn't do well in the end of the year exams. People found out, and they kept laughing at me. Plus, my parents are gonna be so mad. I'm an idiot. Hey, you're not an idiot, Alex. You're not stupid at all. But I'm messed up so badly. You're still pretty smart to me, though. You helped me with homework so many times. And look, you tried your best, right? Yeah, that's fine, and that's all that counts. Teachers can't expect more, can they? Yeah, I suppose you're right. And those meanies, they're just jealous. Jealous, huh? Of what? Well, you're really good at the floor is lava game. And And I was just gonna say we play that now. That'll cheer you up. I know it. I don't know. Come on! You can be Spider-Man again. So, I mean... So does this mean that Spider-Man is, like, popular internationally or something? Ah, okay, then let's start there. Yay! Aww. Next hour passes by a blur. Within a moment, we're already hopping around the living room. Zipping from chair to chair, room to room. Oh, watch out! Lava Monster is there! Ha ha! I'm never gonna see my mom's house plan it the same way again. Come on, Sayori, you've got this. There's a fairly big gap between the two couches, and Sayori peers over the edge, trying to see if she can make it. Even if you fall, I've got you. Okay! She jumps, soaring through the air, and lands right next to me, a triumphant grin on her face. Hey! Way to go! She grins and offers her hand for a high five. Having fun? Oh, hi, Mom! You two look like you're having the time of your lives. Good to see you again, Sayori. And you! We were just playing the floor's lava game. Quite an active imagination the pair of you have, huh? Mom smiles endearingly. Joys of childhood, huh? Would either of you like some snacks? I think I have some tempura. I have no idea what that is. Sayori's face brightens immediately. Ooh, that would be really nice, thank you. That's okay. Of course, dear. How about you, son? Yeah, tempura works for me as well, Mom. Mommy, thanks. Oh, and by the way, watch out for that tall houseplant in the other room. I heard it's secretly a scary lava dragon in disguise. She winks as she leaves. Nice. Oh man, I like those flashbacks. They're really cute. Alright, well, I guess today is going to be the day that we finally tell Sayori. See how horribly it goes. Man, it's days like these that I really wish with my dad around. I was sure he's experienced all the nervousness associated with asking a girl out. Relax, Alice, relax. You're just asking your childhood best friend to be your girlfriend. No big deal, right? Who am I kidding? Of course it's a big deal. What did all those websites online say? Just relax, be yourself, You're trusting an online website and not Emmy? Wow, some advice that was. I'm just banking on Emmy's intuition being correct. Please be correct, please be correct, please be correct. Please be correct, please be correct. It's gotten rather cool these days, hasn't it? Oh, we're back. Ugh, definitely. Winter is such a pain. It definitely makes warming up for tennis practice a little harder. It does have its upsides, however. It really makes for the perfect weather to snuggle up indoors with something soothing hot chocolate and a nice book. And sitting on the snowfall during the night is really relaxing too. Although it all gets ruined the next day when people walk through it. Having semester's exams is such a drag too. I feel that so much. I can't help tuning out the conversation. Today's been going by slowly. So slowly. All throughout class this morning, I could barely concentrate. I've just been picturing how I imagine the conversation with Sayori will go down. Safe to say, it has definitely been the focus on my mind. This is probably gonna go horribly. I just know it. Emmy shooting me, knowing looks every so often didn't do so much to staunch with the whirlwind of uncertainty in my head. In the club room, we just finished sharing poems, and I can't wait for the session to... I didn't even get the chance to actually write one myself. People get really mushy around Christmas time as well. You know, like cuddling up together, holding hands, all that stuff. Yuck! You say that like it's a bad thing, Natsuki. Come on, it'd be lovely to have someone to warm you up when the night gets cold. Don't you think? Is that a hint? Or just me being totally misinterpreting? No way. Hold on. Here's another good one. I can see where both of you are coming from, actually. On one hand, the physical intimacy must be quite nice, although I have to admit public displays of affection can be a bit overwhelming. Yeah, especially when couples start playing tonsil tennis with each other. Monica laughed. Interesting way of putting it, Natsuki. I'm right though. Ugh, save that stuff for when you're at home. But what about presents? That's something else that makes Christmas so enjoyable. Buying gifts for other people makes seeing their reactions. Another good one. That's definitely a rewarding feeling, especially when they like your choice. Don't you think, Alex? Don't mind me, just trying to figure out how to ask you to be my girlfriend. Oh yeah, everything's fine. Just trying to figure out the best way to ask you to be my girlfriend. Yeah, trying to decide what to get for you guys for Christmas, that's all. Racking my brain, I desperately try and follow up what I've just said. Let's say I had got you a present, Monica. What would you ask for? Can't buy a piano though, sorry. No, that'd be telling. That'd be telling, wouldn't it? It would ruin the mystery. Well, you're always busy, a billion things going on at once, right? So I don't know, maybe like a diary or a planner or something, or a tennis racket. I have no idea. Those aren't bad ideas, actually. It's always difficult buying presents for someone, especially when it's someone you don't know particularly well. You could do it with a watch, Monica. A watch? Why? Well, you could do with the free time. One day Sayori's jokes will get a little funnier. I don't even know the approach to that one. Finally! School day sure did take a sweet time. While it did drag on, I'd be lying if I say I was ready for what's about to come. Is it still supposed to be cold out? Just can't really see the side because it looks sunny. Hey, Sayori! Huh? Are you busy at school today? Nope! Let me say this again. Well, apart from homework, but I didn't get much today. Okay, well, I nervously to scratch back my neck. Sayori eyes me curiously. Do you think we could hang out a bit today at school? Please don't pick up on the description of my voice. Sure, my place or yours? Yours sounds good. Okay, we haven't spent time together after school in a long time. What made you change your mind? Not that I'm complaining. I'm getting a shrewd suspicion that she knows my plan and it's just going along with it just to watch me squirm. Nothing. Oh, you don't have a Christmas tree for us to decorate, do you? It's barely mid-November, Sayori. A bit too early for that. Aww. Yeah, it's way too early for that. Anyway, what do you want to do, Alex? I don't think it's healthy for a human heart to beat this fast. Well, I wanted to tell you something, Sayori. Oh, okay. What's up? It's now or never. Well, look, I really don't know the best way of saying this. Sayori, she's just sitting there patiently waiting for me to speak. There's a hint of anticipation lurking in those blue eyes of hers. Taking a deep breath, I stare at the floor and let my mouth talk before my brain has a chance to catch up. Look, Sayori, I really like you, and I'm really sorry if this changes anything between us because I really value our friendship, and I wouldn't want to ruin anything. So, I guess it was ever since we were kids, I've always been drawn to you, and well, seeing you again after these years has been really, really nice, and I'm so glad we get along. Like, a huge gap in our history was never there. I really like you, Sayori, in that way, and well, I was just wondering how you felt. Like, do you feel the same way, or? I trail off into nothingness, cringing how pathetic my confession must have sounded. So much for be confident. You really can't have much confidence when you're asking a girl to be your girlfriend. Silence is getting overwhelming. Lifting my eyes off the safe haven that is the floor, I had to force myself to meet her gaze. The expression on her face is hard to read. She's smiling, but at the same time, there's definitely a hint of sadness between her eyes. I should have seen this coming. I guess it's really my own fault. Huh? Fault? What do you mean? I was selfish. Huh? How? Yeah, how? I really like you too, Alex. I should be feeling relieved, even happy even at hearing those words. Yet I can't help but feel like something is terribly amiss. I think I always have, even when we first met. She smiles warmly, but there are tears forming in her eyes that trickle down her face as she blinks. You've always been so nice to me, even when I didn't deserve it. Even after we drifted apart, you were still willing to talk to me and see how I was doing. You took an interest in my club, even though I didn't think you'd enjoy literature. And at first, I was a little unsure. I wasn't sure if things would be like how they were when we were kids. Deep down, I was hoping they would. And over time, I guess I got my wish. Because they did. Your jokes, your personality, just by being around you. Every day was a walking reminder of easier times. I don't get it, Sayori. If you like me too, and you're happy with me being around, what's the problem? She shakes her head. It's not that easy. You just don't understand. Of course I don't, Sayori. Can you blame me? I can tell there's something going on with you, but every time I try and help, you shut me down. Is it any surprise that I don't understand? That day before the festival where you wouldn't even talk to anyone, and that day where you weren't in school. Something wasn't right that day. It was just a gut feeling. I've always been able to tell when something's wrong, Sayori, no matter how you hide it. I really wish you couldn't. That's horrible nightmare you had. You know some of the things you were saying. You think you're useless? That you don't want to do it anymore? What are you talking about? Please, Sayori, just tell me. What's so tiring? Why don't you want to do anymore? Why do you think you're useless? Did someone say something nasty to you? I swear to God, if someone has been saying stuff, tell me, and I will go and... You're right, Alex. There is someone. I clench my fist so hard, and I can feel my nails digging into my palm. Who? It's me. What? I blinked, stupefied. That was the last response I expect to hear. You? What on earth is that meant to mean? You're saying stuff to yourself? We're just going around in circles here, Sayori. Please, enough with the mysteries about the vague answers. I've been honest with you. What could this horrible dark secret be that makes you so useless and unlikable? Depression? For the second time this evening, I have been at complete loss for words. Huh? That's my secret, Alex. You're depressed? I've had depression for most of my life. Oh? Oh my god, Sayori. That was probably the most lackluster response I could have given you. I'm sorry. Don't be. I wouldn't have expected you to know how to respond. She gives a short, humorous laugh. I don't know what to say. I had no idea. I never would have known. You've always seemed so happy, cheerful. But I don't get it. I thought you were so happy. She sighs as tears slowly leak down her cheeks. No, Alex, I never was. It was just a mask. I really tried to keep it up. Her voice waves as she speaks. Fresh tears fall down her face, but unlike the day of her nightmare, she makes no attempt to hide them. Her secret has been laid bare. Every day, waking up, getting ready, walking to school, all the things that people take for granted, and it's been so scary, so difficult. I was so scared that at any moment I'd let my mask slip and you'd see the real me. So that's why you've been referring to when you said it was tiring, that you didn't want it to do it anymore? She nods sadly. And all the other things, like waking up and eating too, I don't have the energy to cook actual meals. So that's why you went for pizzas and other junk food? Oh god, it's all coming together now. And the whole thing has been so bittersweet. Seeing you again hanging out just like we used to. For the first time in what feels like such a long time, I felt something that alien to me. Happiness. It wasn't much, but it was something enough to help me through these days. Like when you warmed my hands up, I felt so bad in asking you to help, but sometimes I just couldn't help it. It's so hard fighting against what your heart wants. As I started to like you, it terrified me. But why? Seriously, why? Because it was getting harder and harder to resist being selfish. Selfish in dragging you into my mess. You shouldn't be bothering with someone like me. Part of me wondered if being so miserable would put you off. Another sad smile. But it doesn't seem like you minded. No, you really stuck around and tried your best to comfort me, even though I was horrible to you and kept you at a distance. And now here we are, a situation that's both what I wanted and fear the most. I'm worthless, Alex. I couldn't care less about myself. I just want the others to be happy. And now I've messed that up, because you know about my depression, and knowing you'll definitely worry. I really couldn't win either way. I'm so sorry for dragging you into this, Alex. I was tried so hard. But with you here telling me you like me too, I just don't even know what to say to that. Her voice is a mess at this point, a whirling mess of tears and anguish. For once, I just wanted to embrace that selfishness and be your girlfriend. It's almost like another person who looks just like Sayori has been talking. No, it is like it's a different person. As she spoke, I was sinking further and further into disbelief. How could it be that my happy, carefree childhood friend was harboring such a sad secret? You're definitely not selfish at all, Sayori. How could you be? You're one of the most selfless people that I know. You make it your duty to make everyone else happy. I couldn't never not care about you. You're my best friend, and I'd do anything to make you happy again. I'm just so glad you told me this. Why? Oh, just come here. Please don't hug me. Ignoring her cries, I embrace her, holding her close to me. To my surprise, though, she pulls free and pushes me away from her. I didn't even know that she had the strength. I'm sorry, Alex. I really can't deal with this right now. Can you please leave? Leave. Sayori, look at what you just told me. Do you honestly expect me to just go like it didn't mean anything? Yes. I stare at her incredulously. Her resolution doesn't change. All sorts of feelings are swirling through my head right now. I'm still trying to process what she's just told me. God. Why, Sayori? Even after suffering for years, she's still this stubborn. Anger floods through my veins, probably an unreasonable reaction, but at this point, I'm too emotionally charged to listen to rationality. Oh, so that's how it is, right? I'm allowed to tell you my problems, and you're allowed to cheer me up, but I'm not allowed to help you? What kind of friendship is this, Sayori? You'll never understand. Of course I won't, because you never let anyone in. Is it any surprise I don't understand? I instantly regret raising my voice the moment the words leave my mouth. Just go, please. Without any choice left, I dejectedly comply. What? Dude, why didn't I stay? Really? Why did I not stay? Back at my house, my mind is still racing at a million miles an hour. Now that the heat of the moment has passed, I ashamedly realized that I probably handled it pretty poorly. Yes, it was frustrating being kept in the dark, that having such a huge bombshell dropped on me, then again, being unable to help. but getting angry at her was the worst thing to do. Man, I'm such an idiot. Arrgh! God damn it, Emmy. So much for female intuition, huh? Well, there's one person who hopefully should be able to help. Grabbing my phone, I hastily punch in a phone number and hope she's free. Alex, hi. What's up? Mom, I told Sayori how I felt and it didn't go well. Yeah, but not for the reason you'd think. I don't really know how to put this because I'm still trying to process it myself, so I'll just lay it out. Sayori likes me, but she couldn't bring herself to act on those feelings because she's depressed. There's a heavy silence for the beat. Depressed? I know, Sayori of all people. Oh, I see. My goodness, that's awful. Poor girl. I hope she'll be all right. I really hope she will be. My mom, I acted like such an idiot. What happened? Well, when she told me she was depressed, I tried to comfort her by hugging her, but she pushed me away and told me to leave. And I'm kicking myself. Go on. Her tone is gentle. I got angry at her and raised my voice. It was just so frustrating not being able to help her, and I wasn't thinking straight. Oh, darling, you're not an idiot at all. I understand it must have been so frustrating. No, shouting at her wasn't the best idea, but it's not like you set out to hurt her, is it? Well, no, it happened during arguments. Don't worry. There's so many other things too. She said she feels worthless and she felt selfish and even telling me what was going on. So that explains why she rejected your hug. There's a sigh on the other end. Sweetheart, this must be so difficult for both of you. It must feel so overwhelming. Believe me, I know what your situation is like. You do? I once started dating someone with depression and it wasn't easy. It's one of the hardest things to watch someone we love suffer like that. And we just don't understand when they say such negative things about themselves. It was horrible, Mom. It didn't even feel like Sayori was talking. I just never saw it coming. I mean, I knew that something was going on with her, but I just thought having days where you're in a low mood were normal, you know? Well, from what I've gathered, she's awfully convincing at wearing that facade. If there's any consolation, I don't think anyone could have guessed that she was depressed. Either way, the worst part about depression is probably that it's so loud and convincing. It's got a horrible tendency to dominate the thoughts of whoever's got it. And it can be really hard for them to take off the depression-tinted glasses. It's an illness, and unfortunately, mental illness. God dang it! Mental illness can't be just as significant as physical ones. Something I wish this country would recognize. So what can I do for her? What do I do? Can I even do anything? You never can help her out. I didn't mean to make you feel like you were powerless or anything. It's okay. I'm just glad you're being honest, I guess. It's just kind of hard to realize exactly what we're dealing with here, so it'd help to be informed, right? You've become really mature, Alex. I'm proud of how well you're handling this. I'm not handling this well at all, Mom. I had no idea how to react. I shouted at her, and she was in tears. Would anyone who isn't a mental health professional know how to deal with what you've just been told? Anyway, the most important advice I can give you is not to expect a quick fix. Depression isn't something that can't be fixed with love. It isn't your job to fix her, but you can still help her. I was starting to think I was totally useless here. Of course not, darling. She loves you as well, don't forget. It won't be all doom and gloom. You'll just have days where things will be normal, days where she really isn't faking your mood. But then you'll also have days where she won't have the energy to get out of bed, days where she just won't feel like talking to anyone. And it's important that you're as patient and understanding and you can be during those days. And communication's a big one. That goes for any relationship, really. It sounds really obvious, but talk to her. Let's let her tell you about how she sees the world and what her thoughts, feelings, and fears are. There's going to be problems. There's going to be fights. Those are healthy and part of any relationship. If someone's bugging you or someone's bothering you, just talk it out. Communication is the key to a successful relationship, believe me. I can't help but laugh. You sound like one of those relationship gurus. It's a mother's job to guide her child, you know. And as an aside, never underestimate how helpful it can be to just listen to someone's problems and worries. Just having someone listen can be so helpful, more than you can ever realize. Funny you mentioned that because I was going to ask Sayori if Sayori should see a therapist or doctor. Yes, I think that'd probably be for the best. Although things like therapy and medication don't always work for everyone. It's tempting to see it as a magical fix, but just remember it'll take time. There's so much more I want to discuss, but unfortunately you caught me at a really bad time. It's times like these I particularly that I feel awful for not being around. It'd be really nice to see you, Mom. I'm really hoping that I can visit soon. And for what it's worth, you're so much stronger than you realize, and I'm very proud of you. Just remember that, okay? I'll try. Give it a day or two before you talk to her, by the way. I think she'll need a little bit of time to cool off. I'm sure that if you apologize for getting angry and rational and explaining your side of things, she'll come around. She never struck me as a girl who could hold a grudge. Emotions were running high from what I can gather, so she'll understand it. And I know it seems really bleak right now, but it'll be okay, Alex. I just know it. I really hope so, Mom. Just remember that your support will be just as important as what a doctor or therapist can offer her. You really got such a big heart. Show her just how big that heart really is. I love you. Love you too, Mom, and thanks for everything. Anytime. Ring me whenever you need help, okay? Click. Wearily, I flopped down onto the sofa. Feels like such a lot happened in such a short space of time. I just hope Sayori and I can patch things up. I really hope so too, because that is horrifying. It's like what happened in the story of the original. Again, I've never played it. I've watched so many videos about it, but that's the thing, that Sayori was just so depressed. Alright, it's a new day. Let me go ahead and save. Oh, I don't like this music. Man, am I glad that it's Saturday today. There would be no chance in hell that I'd be able to concentrate if today were a school day. Her revelation keeps replaying over and over in my mind. Depression. A nasty sounding word, and in some ways quite foreign. I guess I was kind of sheltered. Prior to Sayori, I never knew any people with a condition. It was something that I was of course aware of, but I never paid any real thought into it. Well, I mean, I knew what it was. Psychology has always been at least vaguely interesting to me, but I never really saw a real reason to look into it. And Sayori said that she's depressed for most of her life. So I can't help but wonder, when did it all develop? What caused it? Was she bullied? Or did she have a close friend or family member die? There's so many things I want to ask her right now. But as Mom said, it'd be best to give Sayori some time to cool off. Give it a couple days. Besides, I've got a lot of homework to be getting on with. And that's done. Well, that Sakurai's out of the way first. Man, the end of the war has really had huge effects on the world. It's time for a break, I reckon. What to play? Really is a first world problem to have so many games available but still not know what to play. I know that feeling. A colorful looking title catches my eye. Are you browsing itch? Man, not even the skepticism from video games is doing the trick. Perhaps I should go for a walk instead. Being cooped up indoors probably isn't doing any favors for my health. Mom used to harp on about the importance of fresh air. I stand up and stretch, warily rubbing my neck. So yeah, some fresh air wouldn't go amiss. Oh, it's nighttime? At this point in the day, the park is rather quiet. Why are we doing this at night? It's not as many people come to this part of the park anyway, which is a shame because this part is arguably the prettiest thanks to the lake. Being in the middle of November, there's a definite chill in the air, although I'm wrapped up warm so I can barely feel it. There's a comfortable lull in the air, especially after the overwhelming nature of last night. The silence is a perfect antidote, being therapeutic and calm. Sure, I have the house to myself, but there's no substitute for fresh, cool air. Maybe my parents were right when they kept up on that healthy body, healthy mind mantra. As calm as the atmosphere is, it's not doing much for the whirlwind that's in my mind. Looking back, how could I have been so stupid? How did I miss all the signs? Am I really that dense? Thinking about it, the fairy tale poem makes so much sense now. The selfishness, the devotion to keep others happy regardless of your own mental state. The signs were all there, struggling to wake up on time, which explains why she was always late, and the nightmare. And when she finally told me her most painful secret, how did I respond? By shouting at her and making her cry? Great friend you are, Alex. No wonder she didn't want to tell me in the first place. I was so pushy and demanding, yet when she told me, instead of being empathetic and understanding, I did the exact opposite. It wouldn't even surprise me if she didn't want to be friends anymore. Would she even forgive me? Although whether she would or not is a whole other question. Even if she did forgive me, what could I ever even do about her depression? Her self-perception seems so cemented. Would I be making things worse by getting involved, or would I be able to help her? I don't know. But being a normal teenage guy doesn't really afford me much sensibility. Even though it might sound a bit melodramatic, I can't help but feel like I barely even know the situation Sayori anymore. How much of her happiness is just a mask? It can't be all of it. Alex? Being so lost in my thoughts, I didn't even notice Yuri's presence. Oh, hey Yuri. Didn't notice you there. Oh, I'm not bothering you, am I? You look rather deep in thought. Oh, you're fine. Would it be nice to have some company, actually? She smiles shyly and takes a seat next to me. The accompanying silence is not awkward in the slightest, which surprises me. Then again, Yuri is no stranger to deep thoughts herself, and she's definitely used to be reflective and quiet. I didn't expect you to see you here. Didn't expect me to come to a quiet park when it's getting dark, especially in the middle of winter, huh? Not really, no. The dark and the cold combined tend to put most people off. If you don't mind me asking, what brings you here? Well, there's a lot on my mind, and I figured some fresh air would do me some good, you know? I see. Perhaps we're more alike than I first imagined. Whenever I'm troubled by something, I always find quiet period of reflection in the evening can be really helpful. Something about the stillness of the night. It's much easier to think when you're in an environment such as this one. Yeah, it is. Especially when you're feeling overwhelmed. It helps just to take a step back and breathe. I've actually known this park for as long as I can remember. My parents used to take Sayori and I here all the time. Countless memories throughout the years. That sounds wonderful, Alex. To be able to share such happy times with someone as you both grew up. Although I'm curious, given how much time you seem to spend with one another, I would have thought Sayori would be with you now. I looked around momentarily, picking at a twig with my shoe. Well, we kinda had a fight. Oh? That comes as a surprise given how close you two seem to be. Then again, I suppose it's inevitable that fights occur between people, no matter their dynamics. Yuri starts fiddling with her hair. Not that I mean to pry, but may I ask why you had a fight with her in the first place? I grimace as I reply, as such as I enjoy talking to Yuri and appreciate her company here, there's no way I can reveal Sayori's secret to her. It's not that I don't want to tell, it's nothing personal, it's just, I understand completely, Alex. I suppose it was a rather personal question. She just told me something really primitive, and the horrible familiar feeling of shame bubbles up whether I recount how I reacted to her confession. I didn't take it very well, and I said some really stupid stuff. I got angry at her, and I shouted at her, I'm an awful friend. I leaned forwards, burying my face in my hands. There's an awkward, heavy silence for a few moments. Alex? I know that I haven't known you for long as Sayori has, but please believe me when I say you're not an awful friend. I don't know what was said between you two, but everyone says things they don't mean during arguments, especially when tensions are running high. That's something my parents told me once told me, and it really is true. If you take my argument with Natsuki back in September, in the heat of the moment, I said some rather hurtful things. However, I didn't actually mean them, and I'm fairly confident that Natsuki feels the same way too. Please, don't be too hard on yourself. If I can tell that Sayori means a lot to you, and you're ever so patient and kind with her. If I may be so bold to say, perhaps you don't realize it, but you do a lot for her. Little things such as walking to school with her in the mornings and walking home with her in the afternoons. But most importantly, whenever she's feeling sad, you really take it upon yourself to find out what's wrong so you can comfort her. We can all see that you care and consideration for your care and consideration for her shines like a beacon. Yeah, that's all well and good, but I still hurt her really badly. Friends always hurt each other, Alex. It's just an unfortunate reality of being human. From what I can gather, she isn't someone who could hold a grudge. So whatever issue there is between you guys, I'm confident you'll be able to sort it out. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound presumptuous or anything. Ugh. You've not presumptuous in the slightest, Yuri. Your insight has been really refreshing. I still feel bad, but you've made me realize that perhaps things aren't as bleak as they seem. So thank you. Seriously, it means a lot. You're a really good friend. Thank you, Alex. I'm glad I was able to help. I can't help but grin. Yuri's shyness has always been endearing, especially as it clashes against her intellect, mature outlook oh so much. Anyway, I could ask you the same question. What brings you here? It's okay. You don't have to disclose anything. I won't pry. But just know that if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here, and so are the other girls, okay? I remember how horrible those people during the festival recital were to you, and I'd hate to think that you were suffering in silence or anything like that. Alex, you truly are too kind. I very much appreciate your words, and I'm very glad that Sayori told you about our club. I know that I said it back in September, but honestly, I say it again. I'm just grateful that you guys appreciated me with open arms. You didn't judge me because I wasn't a poet, nor did you ever laugh at me how bad my poems were. I know they weren't particularly to your taste, but you still gave me good advice and feedback. Well, I believe that everyone should be included. No one deserves to be an outcast, irrespective of their hobbies and interests or their willing to apply or ability, whatever. Pardon. I just wish that others would be as accepting and inclusive of those with interests that go against the norm. She nervously picking at her sleeve, almost pulling them up over her hands. Well, for what it's worth, I think your interest in horror and taste in literature and poetry is pretty cool, Yuri. It makes for a nice change of discussion and gives you an interesting stuff to talk about. Like when you discussed Frankenstein's monster with me at lunchtime. I never really gave it much thought, but after you had that talk with me, it helped me realize that we shouldn't just take stuff at face values. Oh, and your poems are awesome. I hope that one day I'll be able to write to your level. That really means a lot. I'm glad you have such an open mind, Alex. In this day and age, to find a mind so free in prejudice and misconception, it's truly a breath of fresh air. Thank you. Anyway, I don't mean to cut the discussion, but unfortunately I have a lot of homework to be getting on with. Yeah, me too. Procrastination can only get you so far, eh? Catch you later, Yuri. Hope everything gets better. And you, Alex. Oh, man, if this was actually, like, physically me in the moment, I really would have given her a hug. Because those words hit so hard and they really hit well. With the wave we depart, I miss that. Man, this is starting to turn into the original with the Sayori situation. Alright, it's a new day. So what's gonna happen? Stupid alarm! Another day at school. At least it's mid-November now, so the Christmas break isn't too far off. Wait, what? After finishing my morning route, I head outside, tentatively waiting for Sayori. Yuri's words were helpful, but I was so naive to think that things would go back to normal. There's no sign of Sayori, and I feel like texting her is off the table. With a sigh, I make the journey to school alone. Learning about the inner war years should by all means be interesting. Let me save this again. So it looks like I'm going back to my first page of saves here. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to start back at 1 there. Okay. Even with Sakurai's enthusiasm and humor injected into the lessons, I still can't find myself enthusiastic about the topics he's discussing. Despite my best efforts to remain occupied over the weekend, the worry I had for Sayori was always there, her lurking in the back of my mind. I hate the silence. Not being able to talk to someone you really want to talk to is crushing. Alex, I don't suppose you'd be able to answer that question. Huh? Please don't tell me that I'm such a boring teacher that you can't even pay attention. If word got out that I was sending my students into a stupor, I'd get fired on the spot. Although I'd probably do well my hypnosis business. As a light smattering of laughter, he's still looking at me, expecting me, so I force a grin on my face. Sorry, sir, I didn't understand the question. Could you repeat it? He does so, and I answer. He nods approvingly, although there's trace of sudden concern on his features. The rest of the lesson drags on as what feels like a snail's pace. We're supposed to be taking notes from our textbooks and answering the question, but mine has been on autopilot ever since I woke up this morning. By all accounts, the progress I made has been pretty mediocre. Everything okay, Alex? He's keeping his voice low and quiet, crouching next to me. You don't quite seem yourself today. Pardon me if that's an incorrect assignment. Her motions towards my notes. You're normally ahead of the game when it comes to classwork. Not that I mind too much. Everyone's allowed to slack now and again, right? He chuckles, but I barely even respond. Yeah, I'm good, sir. Sorry, I just had a long weekend. Might as well attempt to stab at humor. And by long weekend, no, I don't mean staying up late playing video games. That's a shame. Those kinds of weekends are the best ones. Anyway, just do your best for now. You've got a good grasp on the topic, so don't worry about it too much for now. Just make sure you know the material for the December exams. Got it, sir. Thank you. Whew! I was expecting some kind of stern telling off about my lack of progress. Bell's about to ring, everyone. Well, call it there. As I make my way outside, I spot a familiar white bow. Hi, Alex. Oh, Monica. About to head to lunch, huh? Yeah. I'm really sorry, but I won't be coming to the club today. She raises an eyebrow. Oh, why is that? Being totally honest with you, I'm really just not in the mood for it. There's just some stuff I need to sort out, and if I came, I don't think I'd be in a very good company anyway. She nods, but it's hard to read the expression on my face. Okay, that's understandable. By the way, you haven't seen Sayori around, have you? She didn't come to school today. Do you know why? Oh, no. No clue. Sorry. Strange. Well, I hope you sort out whatever it is that's bugging you soon. Thanks, and sorry once again for bailing. It's okay. It'll be a quiet session today, I guess, with just three of us. Well, it'll be interesting to see what it's like. Anyway, I've got to go. See you around, Alex. See ya. Why do I get the nagging feeling that she's judging me for something? Oh, well. Oh, no. Much like the walk to school, the return journey feels equally as empty. With another pang of guilt, I remember all the little jibs I used to fire her way about being lazy and unable to get out of bed. Why is it that our brains are so good at reminding us of times we said or did things we really regret? A tiny voice of reason within me tells me that I no way of knowing why she struggled to get up this time. I mean, it's not like I set out to hurt her with my jokes. That kind of playful banter just characterizes our friendship. I just wish I could believe that tiny voice of reason a little more. As I make my way to my house, I notice a figure sitting by my doorway. Roll my eyes and suppress the urge to groan. I'm really not in any mood to deal with some religious nutter trying to get me to believe in God. Wait, hang on. That's Sayori! Sayori! Her head shoots up at the sound of my voice. What are you doing here? The sight in front of me is utterly unexpected. Neither of us know what to say. The aftermath of our previous encounter still lingers in the air. Can I come in? Yeah, sure. Thanks. After dumping my school stuff down, I turn to face her. The awkwardness doesn't dissipate. There's so much I want to say, but I don't even know where to start. Hold on. This is horrible. I'm really sorry, Alex. Tears immediately fill Sayori's eyes, and powerful desire to embrace her hits me once more. I really shouldn't have kicked you out like that. I've really been horrible to you, keeping you in the dark. I was just so scared, and the whole thing is just so confusing. No, Sayori, it's me who should be apologizing. I'm so sorry for being pushy, so for shouting at you, for being such a lousy friend. I've been regretting how I acted on Friday ever since. Please don't hate me. Sayori trembles into my arms, sobbing without restraint. I could never hate you, silly. You're my best friend. I was so scared that after a fight, I'd push you away. I can feel my heart break as she sobs and clings to me. Instinctively, I wrap my arms around her and hold her close. Sayori, you're so silly sometimes, you know that? You can never push me away. I'm your best friend. Although, recently I've been wondering if I deserve to be. Huh? Why? I shouted at you. I made you cry. A few of my own tears have started to leak. With concern etched all over my face, she leans forward and carefully brushes the tear away. It's the last thing I want to do, and I hate myself for it. Alex, it's okay. Looking back, I really can't blame you. It must have been so frustrating from your perspective. I just want things to go back to normal. Me too. Please, can we just put these things all behind us? It's just a huge weight that has been lifted off my shoulders just by hearing those words. Of course we can. And here was me thinking you didn't want to be friends anymore. I can never stay mad at you, Alex. You're mean too much to me. Can we agree that we're both a bunch of clowns and we're just as bad as each other? Sayori gives a watery smile. She clings to me a little harder. That sounds fair. Oh, to hear that laugh again. Pardon me. I'll always be here for you, okay? Even though I can't be a dense idiot at the best of times. That will never change. She looks up, her eyes swimming with tears, even with tear marks all down her face and tousled hair. She looks absolutely beautiful. You really mean that? I gently thumb away one of her tears. Of course I do. She burrows once more into my chest. It feels incredibly intimate to be able to hold her in the state of vulnerability. So that's why you waited outside my house? Yeah, I really wanted to see you, but I couldn't face school today, and I wasn't sure if you ever even wanted to see me. Her voice is slightly muffled as tucks into my shirt. It's kind of funny when you think about it. We both thought the other person didn't want to see us when we both really want to see each other. Oh, Sayori, what are we like? She giggles into my chest as she at such a close distance I can actually feel the vibration from her laughter. Yuri told me that she didn't like you were the kind of person to stay angry for long. She looks up. Yuri? Yeah, I bumped into her over the weekend while I was at the park, needing some fresh air at night. Don't worry, I didn't reveal much. I told her we had a bad fight. She was really empathetic and understanding. Aw, that sounds like her. She's such a dependable friend. Anyway, I guess she's right. I hate conflict, and I don't like staying angry at people. Well, that's super convenient for an idiot like me, isn't it? I was gonna try to find you earlier, but I thought I should give it a little bit of time first. Well, at least we're here. At least we're here now. I'm so glad you could find me. And I'm super glad we make up. Oops, I got your shirt super wet. Sorry about that. All good. Not the first time you spilled something on me now, is it? Oh, you mean that one time with... Hold up, Sayori. One time? Okay, you made your point, meanie. We both share a laugh, and my God, does that laugh feel so good to hear. It just like that, all the tension and stress I've been carrying over the past few days is lessened. It feels like I can finally breathe again. And look, Sarah, I've had some time to think about what to tell me on Friday. I'll be honest, and I don't understand depression at all, and I can't imagine you're going through. But what I do know is that I'll do my best to be there for you, even if it's just as a friend. I know you said you like me too, but you weren't sure about your feelings. So we can go at whatever pace you want to go, and if you want to go at all. It's really frustrating because I do like you, Alex. I really do. She bites her lip anxiously. I hate to drag you down, to get involved with my mess. I know you see it like that, Sayori, but I see it completely differently. No one is forcing me to make my decision. I'm choosing to get involved because I want to, because I like you, and I don't see you as a burden at all. Think of all the times where you helped me feel better, or at the other girls in the club. You're so good at keeping everyone's spirits high, breaking the fights, restoring the peace. Would it really be so wrong for me to give something back to you? I know you don't see it, but to me, you're worth an awful lot, and I care about you so much. But Alex, there's so many other people out there who are more worthy of your time. None of those other people are you, though. No one else on this planet could ever replace you. I grew up with you, Sayori, and you're my best friend for a reason. All the happy memories we share, the jokes, the stories, the adventures, I share them with you, and only you. You're such a big reason as to why my childhood was so happy. Really? Of course. We used to see each other like every day. Our parents used to say we're so inseparable. And here we are, even after years apart, we get along like nothing ever happened. So believe me when I say that you're very special to me, and you've got a heart of gold, whether you see it or not. Oh, Alex. She starts to sniffle again. No one has ever said something like that to me before. Well, I'm glad to be the first. I'm still unsure, and it's really confusing, but your hugs are really comforting. They make me feel like everything might be okay if it's just for a few moments. I know what you want to say, but I don't know. I still feel like I'm being selfish. And I thought you liking me back would make the rain clouds in my head go away. It's like there's a little ray of sunshine now, but it's still raining. Even though Mom told me that depression has no quick fix, Sayori's words still disappoint me. Mom did say that it wouldn't be easy. Guess I'm really starting to find out just how difficult this can be. That's okay, Sayori. I guess it was naive for me to think I could just come in and fix everything. That would be nice, though. I guess we could just start by talking every day really slowly. Like, could we not jump into going on official dates or telling everyone we're together just yet? Of course. Whatever pace you want to go with, like I said. I'm not making the wrong choice, though, am I? Just please tell me if I'm being a burden, and I won't hold it against you if you don't want me to be with anymore. You don't have to worry about the all. Trust me. Although, as much as I like you, I don't want you going through such with this just because it's what I want. No, I kind of want it too. Kinda. I do want it. I can't shake off the feeling that I'm not worth your time. And even though what you said just now really helped, feeling worthless is something I've felt for a long time. It's hard to shake off that feeling, but by being with you, the rain clouds don't feel as bad. It'll be okay, Sayori. I just know it will. I'll see you through the storm, and I'll be your umbrella. That's actually one of the sweetest things you've ever said to me. Poetic, too. Looks like the literature club is really rubbing off on you. I know, right? I'll definitely be the next Shakespeare, just you wait. Anyway, I guess for the best that we're taking things slow because December exams are coming up. As much as I didn't want to, we should probably both be focusing on those. Yeah, you're right. But once they're over, I take her hand, locking her fingers with mine. We'll just have to wait, won't we? Anyway, speaking of work, I should probably get started with revision. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll see you later, okay? Okay. I hold my arms out as we embrace once more. Oh, to be able to hold her so close to me, inhaling her scent, playing with a strand of her hair. It's heaven. Before I can stop myself, I plant a soft kiss on her forehead and break free, closing the door before my mind catches up to my lips. Aww. I swear I can hear a soft giggle as she closes the door behind me. That was incredible. That was amazing. Like, for real. Okay. So I'm sorry for overwrite the save. I'm sorry for like the weird jumping music, but I'm actually gonna go ahead and stop this here. It's gone on long enough, and that was horrifying. That was so horrifying. But as promised, here's the new Christmassy background for this episode, which makes sense considering that we did Doki Doki Blue Skies episode. I really like this one. There's another one for Doki Doki Blue Skies, which if I can get around to that in December, I'll have the other one on as well. But that's going to go ahead and do it. If you guys did like this video and you want to see more of this game on this channel, make sure you stab that like button. And make sure to leave a comment down below about what you guys want to see next on this channel. Or use the hashtag MSVPlayThis on Twitter as well. I always take you guys' suggestions. While you're at it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell. That way you know when I post a new video on this channel. Make sure you check out all my social media in the description below, as well as the mod link down there as well. That's going to go ahead and do it. My name is Luke, and say it with me. Stay strong and feel the power. See ya! Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked what you saw in this video, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button so you stay tuned for future videos. If you want to check out my previous video, click the box to the left. If you want to check out my last video, click the box to the right. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!